Good morning. Good morning. It's your boy Ricky B. And this is Sports Corner from the 216. Tuesday, January 6th, 2026. First show of the year. I should have got fresh, but hey, it's the 6th, y'all. But anyhow, how y'all been doing out there? Sports Corner from the 216. Sport news from Cleveland to around the world. Major League Baseball, National Football League, National Basketball, Major League Soccer, and more. But right now, we local. Just real conversations about Cleveland sports. I'm only taking chats today, no call in. So if you want to communicate, if you want to be part of the show, we on YouTube, live, TikTok, and on the Sports Corner Facebook page. What's been going on? We ain't got a coach for the Browns no more. We looking for one of them. Kevin Stefanski. This when the real season start. When I grew up playing Madden, I like I always say I used to like to play the I used to like playing the all using the off season more than anything. Yeah, that off season. Cause that determines what the season gonna be like. If you don't have a good off season, your season gonna be horrible. That's why um Andrew Berry still around and Kevin Stefanski gone. Because Andrew Berry had a good off season and Kevin Stefanski didn't make the best of the season. I really believe it was a mutual agreement though. But this off season do feel different, man. And I would say it's not because of the headlines, but more because of expectations. Like we got us a young core, we got us some solid vets mixed in there, you know. So, ooh. Man, I don't know why that Jack always do that. I wonder if I got it in the wrong chat. But hey,
I love it. You guys are so great.
I know. But yeah, man, the fan base, we ain't looking for that splash. We looking for continuity. We looking for clarity. Like what is the true identity of the team? See, we got these young players, and I really feel like the young players create. It's a new Browns, man. Basically, we got a few holdovers like Miles, Denzel. You know, throwing a couple of little minimum type vets that can make a play, but ain't big name. But then the core is the young players. Then we about to you know the new draft will be here before you know it. What, April, May? It'll be April, May before you know it. Time is an illusion. But we need real leaders, and from what Haslam and Barry saying, man, the next coach. First, the coach gonna have to be down with Shador. Like if he's not down with making Shador the starting quarterback or see what he at least can get from Shador for at least the next year, he might as well not even come do an interview. So speaking on that, the task is we need a leader or a man, but you're gonna have to because what I got, okay, let me not get too far off. When I heard Barry talk yesterday, to me it sounds like he said partnership. So the next coach is gonna have to be on the same landscape. Yeah, of course you the coach, so you have your ways, but when it comes to disagreement, we gotta we gotta find a way to agree or disagree to agree, either way, however you want to say it. And the best part about it is the core is young, 4, 5, 6 years down the line, they still gonna be on this team. Then we about to get, and I got a good feeling because we got a solid core, so it's gonna be easier to draft because we drafting for need right now. We're not going at the best available. The first 3, 4 picks is need. Then we go best available because we need a few special teams players. We guaranteed need a big receiver that catch, preferably with his hands. Yeah, sometimes you got to catch the football with your body, but I want a receiver 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", 250, 210, 220. Catch with his hands, like got real strong hands. If we can't get that, you know, don't go draft none of them small receivers. I'm sorry, you might be good, but we need a big receiver. We got enough small receivers. Like, cause we got talent. The defense is was like top ranked, one of the top ranked defense. We got the sack record. Miles Garrett got the single season sack record, and they say he got it based off of the least dropbacks because the Browns this year they was down so much that teams didn't have to drop back as much. So that would make his record breaking moment so big because of how he did it. Like it was more true skill than just opportunity. Like the other T.J. Watt and Strahan tried to say because it was 16 games. The, what's the name wasn't getting double teamed. He was just straight the year he did it. But Miles, if you pay attention to the Browns game, Miles getting blocked by 2, 3, sometimes 4 people. That's why the other players make such an impact. because of Miles. But you know how yesterday was Black Monday. It was a lot of coaches. It's about 6, 7 spots open, so Stefanski gonna get a job. But the thing is, okay, we had the end of the season press conference and whatever. We know what we got as a team. The owner spoke. He said what he want. He gave his reasons to why he made the decisions he did, which is the let Stefanski go and keep Barry, because Barry did what he had to do when he had the opportunity. Yeah, Stefanski ain't had it, but when it come down to it, it's all about alignment. The press conference stuff, yeah, that's information, but it's all about like alignment. Like Barry said, he need a partner. The coach has to be a partner. So the front office, the coaching staff, and the locker room all got to be on one accord. And then we got these young boys, and then you know Haslam say, "Hey, the Browns could have won. We could have won more games." So he believed, based off the decisions that Barry made, Stefanski made, is the reason the Browns didn't win as many games. We got us a quarterback. People keep saying, go draft a quarterback, but not realizing that quarterback still has to learn the NFL. So if you think he's better than what we have, you still got to go through the growing pains when he wins. We got us a nice, solid, young leader type player in Shedeur Sanders who can lead a team, and the team will ride with this guy because he just has that type of personality. Because personality means a lot as a quarterback. You get what I'm saying? Like a leader of the team, you gotta be a people person as a quarterback. Because I think that was one of the reasons when I played football in high school, where I ain't really get to play the whole. We all know the story, man. But I was made the quarterback because how I used to. I was athletic. I could throw the ball, but one of my biggest traits was the fact that I used to be able to communicate with everybody on the team. Like I'll be with the linemen laughing, I'll be with the receivers, I'll be with the defense line. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I was communicating, so that was making me a good leader. Like I could motivate people. You know what I'm saying? Like give them the determination or however. But it's a few coaching vacancies. So the coaching search, either we we got a good person inside the building, which is Jim Schwartz. If you just want to keep like true continuity, that probably would be the best move, because then you can keep a lot of the staff that's in the building. So that's line that's part of the alignment. We're gonna have a lot of our vets either going, we about to have a new team. Like this is about to be a whole new. By the time the Browns move into the new stadium, by the time they move in there, boy, they gonna probably be fighting to go to the Super Bowl. They gonna be one of them teams. Shedeur gonna be 2-3 years the starting quarterback. We gonna be they found that receiver. We got a running back. We got a tight end. The lineman gonna be the mature that we draft. The defense is kind of young, but the core players, they got some age. But you still that age, they still athletic. Especially Miles. He breaking records. And some people, like Strahan said, he got more. His numbers rose afterwards. But the thing is, man, Cleveland fans, we just like, if you a true Cleveland fan, you just tired of the I don't want to call it dysfunctional, but the confusion. within the Browns organization because the Browns is like number one out of the sports teams in Cleveland. The Guardians, formerly known as the Indians, they have a fan base because they're more like one of the older teams, and it's a different crowd. But don't nobody cheer. Let the Browns. When the Cavs won in 2016, downtown was crazy. But yeah, 2016 was crazy. But if the Browns win a Super Bowl, you, I ain't go out on because I knew the Cavs. Just we won the championship. I'm not going outside. I hate to say it, but I'm not going outside, man. I ain't even gonna go out there and play. I'm gonna just watch from the TV screen because I'm pretty sure the news outlets will record. But yeah, man, we live over on YouTube and TikTok. We now live over on TikTok. So if you're a TikToker, go on and like and follow Sports Corner from the 216 and on YouTube at Sports Corner 216. We live. We over on the Facebook page, but I might cut that out and switch over to Twitch. You could, and then don't forget to become a member on Patreon so you can get exclusive content. You never know what might pop up in there. It might be an interview that you least expect, but you only know about it if you a member on Patreon at Sports Corner from the 216. But before we move on, them Browns, let's go Browns, dog pound. Roo, roo. I'm a dog pounder, boy. But yeah, man, we just tired of the confusion. But get ready, y'all, because something good. I hope we get a good coach. I would prefer Jim because that keeps a continuity. But I don't want before I move on, I do not want young, new up and coming. That's cool, but at this point the Browns they really need so Jim did the head coaching thing before. But if they don't run with Jim, see if Mike or John, one of the Grudens, would be willing to partner with Barry to make this thing work, man. But with that, go Browns. But before I move on, this portion of Sports Corner from the 216 is supported by Bavaria's Clothing Collection. To rule a kingdom, you must tame the jungle. Bavaria is a consistent show of dash and spirit bravery. Make sure you like and follow on Instagram and Facebook at Bavaria's Clothing Collection. But yeah, as you can see, at the Cavs play tonight. That's that Bavaria's Clothing Collection. These are special made, pre-order. I can get your name, however you want to get it designed. Got the big boy tiger lion on the back. I always say the wrong, but it's the lion. But yeah, man, we moving on, man, now to these Cavs. Because these Cavs, they inconsistent. They've been inconsistent. But before I move all the way on, don't forget we'll be sharing more about local partners soon because we businesses that support independent Cleveland media and real conversations. Now let's get back to it now to the Cavs. This team is still trying to figure it out, man. Like we've been through the injury bug. Hopefully we got our injury bug out already because it's the NBA season to me because we got talent. It's more effort because when I do tune into the games, it's the same players, but the young boys like Porter, Craig Porter Jr., Jalen Tyson. Speaking of Tyson, his brother, Jalen is the what's this Jason Jalen? Which one play for the Cavs? Anyhow, they brothers. The younger brother is that Arizona. I don't know if he's younger, but he at Arizona State. He one of the top rated receivers. Hopefully, that might be one of the good because he a big receiver. They trying to say is he injury plague, but that that'll be a good pick, and it's a perk that his brother is already acquainted to the city, so that'll help a lot with the transitioning from where he was to where he could be. That and he a good receiver. Like if you can't get Tate, he number two. I do not want no short receivers. That's why if it ain't them two, I like Boston from Washington, and it's another guy too. Hold up, man. See some. Yeah, but we got the talent. It ain't even the talent. But them young boys been playing. Them young boys been playing. Jalen, they need to bring the other guy up from with the little. Excuse me for that. Yeah, but old boy got the mullet. Oh yeah, see the what's name be see the TikTok. I guess they be want see TikTok want you to really come directly through they platform. I'm using like a third party, but they trying to figure it out. So if you were tuning in on TikTok, man, be patient. If not, just going over to YouTube. That's probably where we're gonna be at for the moment because I might have to get some technical difficulties together, sending data. Yeah, but the question is with the Cavs is consistency, especially against teams we know we supposed to be beating. There we go. We back live on TikTok. We back live on TikTok. Hey, I was silly dude, man. But yeah, the question is consistency. And man, especially against the next stretch of game. But when it comes to the NBA, man, speaking on the NBA, I really don't get too involved into the NBA until maybe after the trade deadline because then you know who the team's gonna be. Like before the trade deadline, you don't know who the team really gonna be. So you just really hoping like, but like I said, I hope we got the injury bug out. Like who really want to be down? Like who? Because some people be acting like they want to get traded. Looking like Lonzo might be the one, but who knows? Because we got so many. But they say the core not being traded, so we might as well chalk that. Donovan doing his thing. Darius is starting to get back into a groove. It's Mobley who got to step it up because they so-called crowning him a unicorn. You know, like they had their moments, man. They play tonight. What time the Cavs play tonight? I know they play tonight though. Yeah, they play tonight at 7. They play the Pacers. The Pacers is trash though. 6-30. But the last time we played the Pacers, they gave us a fight. It was a hard game. It ain't like we just whooped on them. You know, the Cavs, man, they still somewhere in between, man, but they gonna figure it out, man. They need to make a big trade, a splash, for real. I really believe they need to make a splash, like But the reason I think because if you from Cleveland, like if you from the city, man, what's up with my mic? Type of. But anyhow, if you from the city and you ride around, especially downtown Cleveland, they got so much invested in the marketing of the core four is what they call them. They got so much invested in that marketing that if they were to trade any one of them, they'd have to take down so many different banners that has the four of them. That's why I get it. Like you can't market. Uh, you gotta have your star, and then the rest of them is really just like team, like just the players. Yeah, they might be all stars, but you need to only mark. You can market them as teams, but when you big billboard marketing, you only got to market that one star. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, with the Browns, it's about to be Shador, even though Miles is it right now, especially after breaking that record. But when you go around town and you see like a specific player being marketed for the Browns, is Miles. But if Shador shine next year, it's all Shador because the Browns themselves, like they social media team, markets the mess out of Shador. So yeah, man, the Cavs, they 20-17, they 3 games above 500. You know, the trade deadline is really not the halfway part of the season, but it's a little bit over a quarter of the season. But at the trade deadline, then you know what you got. Then it's just roll on out. Hopefully, don't nobody get no injury, no serious injury, because it's a long season, so people get a little roughed up and buffed up or whatever. But yeah, man, the Cavs gotta show some type of consistency, man. They need to go on like a 10 game win streak, at least five, man, in a row. Like, can we get five in a row? Like y'all predicted to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. But moving on, man, the Guardians, man. I gotta talk about even though ain't much been going on. They signed a pitcher a little while ago, but it's always you can always mention something about the Guardians because the Guardians, you know, they don't really make big splashes. Like they really use their farm. Most of their players come up from the farm, and then they go get some low budget free agents to fill in the spaces, and then hopefully the coach can do what he do. You know, but I feel like they need to go and grab something or somebody. Go spend some money like somebody that hit the ball out the park on a regular basis other than Jose. But moving on, man, I ain't really got much to say because the baseball all season is probably the most boringest one of them all until they get into spring training or whatever. Winter ball is what they call it. But yeah, man, again, one of our supporters, which is a brand created brewed Euphoria coffee. I was so busy about to say I think I got too many bees for my products. Brew Euphoria coffee, man. Every sip is a blissful moment. When we bring sponsors into this place, it's about fit, not volume. Local businesses, local support, and honest conversations. So if you want to add place or spot on the sports corner from the 216, we also have Think and Reflect podcast show. So we'll also sponsor on that podcast show also. But moving on, we got some quick hits, man. The national landscapes continues to shift towards player movement and short windows. College sports remain in flux. I was just talking to somebody about this, man. The NIL and the transfer portal that took the passion out of college football. You know, NIL is in high school now. So kids, if they not getting paid, they at least get free gear. You know, so man, and it's a good thing because they get paid, but I think they should get rid of the transfer portal or not get rid of it, but like make some different rules because it's like it messes up teams to me. Oh yeah, the one dude just speaking on it because I'm about to talk about the because the media, man, like I went to broadcasting school and all that, man, but media can be funny, man. Not every headline deserves a reaction, man, honestly. And before I move on to this last ad spot, what does Cleveland sports need most right now? Patience, accountability, or just a completely bold change? Make sure you drop your thoughts in the comments, either on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and like I said, we might be going over to Twitch. We got Twitch, so make sure to follow us on Twitch, like us. But I'll read them. I'll read them next week if anybody leave any comments. But yeah, this episode of Sports Corner from the 216 was made possible by JB. One second. Brown's Financial Freedom Legacy. If you're looking to make investments, learn more about trade, real estate, travel, get in touch with Brown Financial Freedom Legacy. That's Money Matters. Look up Don Brown on Facebook and Instagram. That's Brown Financial. Oh yeah, by the way, holler at my people's Pets Depot, 642 185th Cleveland, Ohio, 44119. That's at Pets with a Z underscore Depot on Instagram. Tell them PR sent you. And with that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all, decide what your thoughts is on some of the things I said. Make sure you leave a comment. Maybe next week I'll be, or the next show. I ain't gonna say next week because I'm considering every day, but priorities over pleasure. So today's show, if you value honest Cleveland sports talk, Make sure you like and subscribe and stay locked in. And we'll be back next time. Sorry for the late music, y'all.